We're gonna do a song that you never heard before.
Hear the drummer get wicked. Here we go again.
Yes, sir. Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother. What is happening?
What it do? What it do? What it do?
Now, listen, man, it looks like you're from some obscure location, man. What you got going on out here?
Well, you know, today is the show, so I'm out here at the venue, and so pretty much that's where I'm at. So kind of give you an idea. We on top of the roof type deal. And so we're going to be kind of like above the city or whatever. So, yeah, getting ready for the show. We got sound check coming up. But, yeah, sitting up here.
Oh, y'all rooftoping at the end of the day, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I got my other brother from another mother. D, what's good, man?
Hey.
What's going on? Mom,
Yeah.
what's happening? You look busy.
Oh, yeah. Getting ready for the show. I was just letting everybody know, you know, if I have to duck off, that just means I had to handle some business. And I'm grateful that you are able to step on, but I definitely wanted to, you know, be around for the show. So, yeah, here we are.
Hey, listen, man, for the folks out in Oklahoma that is checking this on now, talk to me, man. What's going on with the show?
I've been posting, bro. So it's going to be about 9 dope acts out here. Straight R&B show, which is really, really dope because typically whenever I'm doing shows out here, it's a lot of, you know, rappers and stuff like that, which is nothing wrong with that because, you know, changing up the atmosphere. But sometimes people come to specifically hear rap. So to actually have an R&B showcase is going to be super dope.
R&B showcase on the rooftop, though, man. That sounds real dope. Now, listen, for the folks that might not, for some reason, have been following your post about this, what's the addy? Where can they find you at? What's your location?
48 Northwest 8th Street.
48 Northwest 8th Street.
That's right, Oklahoma City.
Okay, see. Listen, man, it's going down. And what time is the show starting again?
I think the first act goes on at like 8 o'clock.
Okay. So now let me ask you this. Are you staying for the whole thing or are you just kind of doing your thing and rolling out?
No. For the most part, I'm staying out here, man. I really mess with everybody who's on the bill. So I want to check out everybody's stuff. Plus, you know, it's one of those things, a respect thing. Like if you want people to see you, you want them, you want to see them. So that's just kind of how I roll. Unless something is predetermined before I get out there. But I don't really have any plans for the night other than this. So, yeah, I should be out here.
Yeah.
Come check
cool,
with
man.
your boy.
Listen, hey, man, I know that you do pre-COVID, you did a lot of shows. It was a regular out there, though, man. So it's dope that, you know, while they're talking about opening back the economy and everything like that, though, man, it's still good that people are back doing shows. And the fact that y'all are doing it on the rooftop is fire, though, man. I think that that's a very safe way to go about doing something, though. And listen, I don't know that you got access to these comments on over here, but Miss Kennedy is already in these comments saying, oh, you got plans.
Unless you talking about picking up some kids from the skate rink.
Oh, my gosh. So she hit you with the Bruno Mars. What you doing? Oh, you got plans.
Shut your trap.
Listen, man, very easy. I'm going to tell you this. Very easy. Best song that I've heard all year, man, is Leave the Door Open, though, man.
Bro, have you heard Tank sing it?
No.
You got to check out Tank's.
Nobody's heard Tank sing it.
I have. I know, Charles, stop. You got your notifications on, bro. I know you got it.
Oh, my gosh. Listen, hang on one second. Let me just double check. Hey, Nick, have you heard Tank saying leave the door open? No, she didn't. I didn't think she did. I just want to listen. D, have you heard Tank saying leave the door open?
I haven't.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure that I wasn't tripping.
But Charles, you got your notifications, bro. I know you get the notification.
No, not apparently the ones that you get, bro. Okay. So listen, man. D, real quick before we get on in this one, man. NFL draft has been popping. I pretty much watched the entire first round. It's kind of my thing. I think I've watched every single draft, man, for probably got to be the last 25, 30 years, though, bro. I don't know why. I started watching it years ago when it would come on like a Saturday morning. So I've been watching what's my dude with the big hair for all this time, though, man. I think the highlight of the draft, Ace, might be your Bears, man. Picking up Justin Fields, and I think, Damian, even to your point, though, man, to your team, y'all picked up Mac Jones.
Yeah, man. I think that with the Bears, man, it's one of those things. We've been needing a quarterback for so long. So I wasn't mad at the Andy Dalton pick. I know that they was going heavy after Russell Wilson. I think if Aaron Rodgers had said something a little earlier, they probably would have went all in on him because they looked like they were really, really like Nagy. Know he's on the clock, so he was trying to get him a quarterback. So the fact that you bring in somebody like a Justin Fields, that just shows that I'm serious about winning or getting my offense up to where the defense is. So I'm super, super excited about the pick. That was an honest, genuine response that you saw from me. I was watching it live. Dennis had kind of told me, he said, yo, bro, I think the Bears is going to pick up Justin Fields. So I turned it on. I just happened to turn it on. I was just logging off the podcast, and then lo and behold, we picked him up. I couldn't believe it.
Damian, what you think about Mac Jones, bro?
Slow motion.
What's it mean? Tell me more.
First of all, he didn't look like he was in slow motion walking to go get that hat.
He was walking fast, though, bro. He was walking fast out there, speed walking.
Here's in my opinion, I don't think he'll translate to success in the NFL. I don't think he will.
Really?
The reason being is because Brady was successful last season because he didn't have to go against White and the rest of that defense. And the defense is a bigger, stronger, faster now. I don't think it's really going to translate, man. He's too slew for foot. I think Simri got him in the 40. She a couple of pounds overweight right now. I think my daughter got him in the 40. Of course, I'm wishing him well, but it's the whole great. Yeah, I hate to say it, the great white hope and the whole nine and get away from Cam kind of thing. Listen, the league is way too fast for him. I just don't think he's going to translate to success.
Let me ask you this: what would you have rather seen the Patriots do?
Well, they had to get a quarterback. I mean, Cam's not the solution. He's not. If you really want me to be 100% honest, I wish they would have went after A-Rod, man. When he expressed that he wanted out months ago, I think they should have went at him. You literally had some legit Patriots fans talking about Aaron Rodgers is too old and over the hill. The dude just won an MVP a year ago, right?
Yes.
So I disagree with it. I think even at this point, I think he's more athletically gifted than Brady is at this point and has always been more athletically gifted than Brady.
Wait a minute. Let me see something here. We got, listen, let me bring in my guy on this one here as well. Somebody who actually got some hair. He the only man on this screen right now with some hair. Christoph, you're on mute right now. But listen, man, you look like you're reporting live from somewhere that looks like in Paradise, homeboy. What we doing over there? Let me take you off mute. Hold on 1 second. Listen, Chris, if you can hear me, your mic, go to your setting and make sure the mic is turned on, all right? But I still can't hear you though. But listen though, Damon, I think that this is I personally think that I like Mac Jones more than I think most people did, right? And I think that the reason why, so I watched him play, and I can't lie, it made me feel very much like how when I saw Joe Burrow play, right? I mean, I saw Joe Burrow come on the scene. Like Joe Burrow had one season before that where he just looked real average. And then when I saw him come on, like I'm watching Joe Burrow and he's making every single throw that was required. But I think the biggest difference is that even though Joe Burrow had them top flight weapons, I mean, he had 2 wide receivers who've gone in the first round draft pick as his primary guys, and he had a roster around him. I still thought that they were relying on him to win the games, and I don't think that Mac Jones was necessarily asked to win the games because I don't think that his teams were ever in the position to do it. But I thought that from when I saw him play, bro, that everything that you asked him to do, that he did it. So I thought he was pretty good myself, though, man.
Pardon me. Pretty good is an NFL worthy, though. You know what I mean? He's not playing elite defensive players, schemes. It's going to be, I mean, of course I could be 100% wrong, and I'm hoping that I am. But his game and how slow he plays the game, it just doesn't translate into what the NFL's defenses are putting together now. Everybody's just fast. You know what I mean? What would you do?
I agree with you though, right? I just think that where I tend to disagree is the fact that he played in the SEC. Like if he played in the Pac-12, then I would probably be inclined to agree with you though, man. But if he's playing against some guys who are going to come out in the draft from the SEC in the first round, second round, I mean, he's playing against NFL level talent. And then not to mention the fact that he's playing against the guys in practice as well. So I think that he's seen NFL speed on the DBs. I think that, like the Alabama set the record or tied the 04 or 06 Miami Hurricanes roster for most first round picks. And they're probably going to have in the second round maybe 2-3 other guys that come off the list as well. So I don't know, man. I think he's better than what people think, though, bro. And I've heard a lot of people trashing him too, though, man. But I think he's better, though.
Well, hopefully you're right. I don't want you to be wrong.
Who from Alabama has actually been good quarterback-wise, though? Like, who has translated into the league from Alabama?
Well, none haven't yet. Tua's still, the verdict's still out on Tua.
Yeah, I mean, AJ McCarron. Okay. Yeah, but where is he at?
Yeah, he's still in the league. He's a backup. But it is a good point. Like to me, like you can't hold it against him that all of his wide receivers, like he did play with 4 wide receivers that were at some point that were first round draft picks, but he did what he was supposed to do with them. I think that where I can see a trend. Okay, like this: if you put him out there with the Patriots roster this year that they play with, I think he's going to look terrible, bro. But if you actually say, all right, well, we're going to sit you and we're going to build up the team and put some better players around you, I think he'll look as good as the team. I think that he will look like Kirk Cousins, the finesse king.
I mean, I don't know about Kirk Cousins. I don't know. I'm just saying all I'm saying is Alabama has, like you said, outside of Tua, that's really shown something. I don't know anybody else from Alabama. Like you said, he's got so much elite talent behind him that he's really going to have to do something special at whatever team he goes. I mean, with the Patriots, because Belichick don't really, he got system guys. He ain't got nobody that's like, oh, it's fixing to be like this crazy wide receiver. So the thing is that it's going to be for him to do something.
I got to be honest. Yeah. Of all those teams, I mean, Bill Belichick has won all those national championships, and none of his quarterbacks have really made that big of a splash in the NFL. Because even Tua, I was expecting more from Tua, right? And we got to the NFL. I watched a couple of the games, and I got to be honest. I was just like, bro, if I didn't know any better, I would have been like, what the hell are you doing out there? I've seen you play well before, so I give you a little.
Yeah, but hold on now. I got to shoot Tua a little bit of bail, bro. They had Fitzpatrick in there for quite a while, and then they put him in when it was just like, all right, let's get him in there. So, and let's be real. It takes people a little while to necessarily get their feet up under them in the NFL. And then on top of that, this is the first time we've seen him play since he was injured. So I got to shoot him a little bit of bail. I respect what he did when he was out there.
Here's my thing, and I can totally understand that. But I think that one of the things that reminds me of, though, right, is that it also reminds me of when Alex Smith, right, when Alex Smith was with the Chiefs, and when he had just made the Pro Bowl and just got them to the AFC Championship, and when they let him go, I think that all of them were basically like, "Listen, bro, no, we see it in practice that he's better than Alex Smith," right? So I think that at some point, you know what I'm saying, they had to have seen enough from Tua to believe he was healthy enough, and they had to have seen enough that Tua was making the necessary throws, because even, you know, Fitzpatrick was playing fairly well at that point, though, man. But I don't know, man. It left a lot to be desired to me. I do want to see what he'll do with a full season under his belt now, though, man. But Tua, I'm on the fence with him, but the clock's on him now, though, bro.
I'm not gonna say the clock's on him, bro. You can't give my boy from Oklahoma that played for the Browns. Why can't I think of his name?
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield. You can't give him that much time to give Tua half a season.
The clock is on. The clock been on Baker as well.
Right, but the clock been on Baker. This is like what, his third season?
But the clock was on Baker the first year when he got Rookie of the Year, and that's what put the clock on him to say, all right, well, that's fine.
The reason why the clock kept getting reset for Baker, because he switched out coaches and offensive coordinators. So the thing is that, like I said, Tua came in half the season. He gets this year to see what he looks like. So the clock is not on him. I disagree with that.
What says you? What says you? This your conference. This your count. What we talking about?
I agree. I agree with Umar. You got to give him more time. And to be honest, one of the reasons why the clock started on Mayfield was because he was running his mouth like he had been in the league and done so. Came in.
Mayfield was also the number one pick too. He was the number one pick though.
Yeah, but humility goes a long way.
Number one pick on what team though, Charles? Come on now. You expect him to just all of a sudden change it around because he's Baker Mayfield? Like, nah, that don't work.
I mean, the Dolphins haven't been wrecking shop. I mean, they've been like Tom Brady's redhead stepchild. Like I went out to Miami the weekend that the Patriots were playing against the Dolphins before, and I saw more people wearing Tom Brady and Patriot jersey. It was almost like a second home game for them.
That's true.
I don't know, man. Like I think that the clock, to me, the clock is on Tua. And when I say the clock is on him, I'm not necessarily saying you got to go out and win a championship, bro. But at the same time, you got to do better. You got to do better.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. So I don't know.
He's got to have a winning record.
Shout out to real quick, Vixen. I appreciate you always for checking in. And Brittany Rowe. As always, Melvin the super soldier. Holla at you, though, man. He said Alabama only produced backup quarterbacks. And you know what? He might be right on that, though, bro. Because all they do is backup. And Tua got me nervous, though, bro. So I don't know. I don't know. D, I completely skipped over it. Let me ask you, though, bro. Real quick. The best thing you've seen all week is Friday.
The best thing I've seen all week.
The best thing you've seen all week.
Damn. You know what? I've seen a couple of things. Let me.
Why he's thinking of it?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mine real simple, bro. It definitely was the draft for me, bro. That was the best thing I seen, man. And definitely my boy Russell Westbrook getting busy. But yeah, the draft is it for me.
CV, I ain't talk. You know, I haven't talked to my pops in 2 years, man. Got at him today, man. We talked today, man.
Really?
Hit up my line, man. See the man's name in my phone, pimp. Hit me up. He's coming down to Myrtle Beach for Simri and Aiden's birthday, man. So we're gonna link up. We haven't seen or talked to each other in 2 years, man. So that would definitely.
Man, that is dope, man. No, that's fire. That's fire, man. I think that for me, golly, boy, the best thing I have seen all week. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna. Okay. I got so. While this may not be the absolute best thing, there are some other things. Okay, so I told you, Ace, before. I am completely on board all the way for TikTok, right? So I'm all in on TikTok, right? I'm all in on TikTok, bro. I probably have been in TikTok more than I be on Instagram now. Like I'm all over. And let me tell you what's funny about it, bro. So the reason for this is that it's so new that it's almost like that newness that you probably got the first time you got on the gram and you start looking around or whatever. So I gotta follow you, Brittany Rowe, by the way. You gotta send me your username on there. But listen, hey, so on TikTok, I saw this video of this dude, and he was doing this little finger dancing off of Still Tipping. So he's like this Asian dude. He's sitting here, right? And he's like still tipping on fofos. And he's doing this little dance. And then the coolest thing is he said, when the beat goes, da-na-na-na, bum, 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 I looked at him, and while he's doing his little tutting, he plays the horn and does his thing where he's like, bum, 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 had his fingers going together. I was like, oh! That wasn't even the thing, though. The thing that got me is I was like, well, damn, you know what? Let me look at his hashtag because he has tut dancing, finger dancing. Dog, I'm going down this rabbit hole for like 2 hours looking, and there are all these other people who just got hand dancing video. I was like, oh, best thing I've seen. I was like, I'm completely fascinated with how much these dudes and girls are out here with all these popping and locking with just hands. They're like boom, 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 boom.
The thing was, it looked like his feet was moving too when he was doing it.
Yeah, he looked like he was. Yeah, he was walking in slow motion, bro.
Yeah,
it's one of the coolest things I said. Oh, man.
I don't know which one of y'all put that Whitney Houston TikTok in our group, but y'all wrong.
Listen, bro. When I saw the, let me tell you how much I am on TikTok. I saw the person's name in the video, and I went to their page because I said, "What else they got out here, bro?" Like it's listen. If you are a content junkie, it is the place, bro. I literally, because I only got on TikTok because I wanted to see Landon was on TikTok. And I was like, well, let me just, do some parental, looking and guidance and looking around and everything. So I'm like, let me see what he into and everything, right? And so I'm watching. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm watching. I'm seeing people, and I saw some people doing some dance routines and everything. And I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty dope. Everybody seemed to do the same dances and everything. And then I'm thinking like, oh, okay, these boys are doing skits from the movies and everything too. And naturally, you thinking like, oh, well, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? So then you do your first TikTok, bro. And then you got another one that you trying to do after that, bro. It's completely addictive though, bro. It's probably one of the most fascinating things to me, man. Changed my life, bro.
Mom, I hate him on TikTok. I hate every video he posts. I hate it. I hate him. You understand?
Listen,
and I don't even hide my disdain. I tell him right on the page, I hate you.
I love it, man.
That coffee one had me though, bro, for real.
Oh my gosh. Listen, bro, everything, nowadays, right? This is how my mind shifted. Because I'm thinking like, ooh, this will be good for TikTok. Everything I think about that now. Ooh, this will be good for TikTok, bro. That's how my mind's going now, bro. I love it though. I can't lie.
I won't even get on it because I know I'm gone if I get on.
Oh my gosh, dude. Listen, if you just like content, bro, it is the place to see so much variety because you know, it's like you know what it is. So for me, I was thinking like somebody, because I was telling somebody at the park, I was hooping and everything like that. I told somebody, I'm like, yeah, I was talking to one of my boys. We call him Odell, right? So I'm telling Odell, and Odell said, I only got on TikTok because I saw you were on TikTok. And I was thinking like, oh, well, I thought TikTok was for kids, middle schoolers and high schoolers. And then I saw you on there. And then once I saw you on there, then I got on there, started looking around, and then did the exact same thing. He said, so now I'm addicted. I was just like, bro, but it's if you like content, everything is on there from recipes.
They said TikToks for light-skinned dudes.
Oh my gosh, listen, man, you lighter than me then. You should be on there then. What you talking about?
But I ain't on TikTok though. I ain't on TikTok.
All your kids is light skinned, so all your kids.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Nah, I'm just messing around.
You like,
somebody said that a few months back.
You up there with like the stage bosses of light skin at the end of the game of fighting all the light skinned people. They have to fight you at the end. Because you the father of all the light-skinned people. That's an old joke. That didn't go in my head. That's an old joke. He calling me old, man. You were you're the source of the DNA for light-skinned people. All the DNA, all the light-skinned people spawned from Damien, bro. All of them.
I don't know. I'm looking at you. You look lighter than me right now, bro.
I got this one's funny. You in the dark and you still lighter than me, and I got a light in front of my face.
This lies. This all lies.
Hey,
we're gonna stop this.
Hey, listen. Want to get into a couple things. I wanted to get y'all opinions. First and foremost, right? So I saw that Kanye West is being sued by Wal-Mart for his new image, for his new logo for the Yeezy. They said, listen, bro, your logo looks too much like ours. Have y'all seen the logo?
No, I have not.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
If you look at the logo, there's a side by side of the logo, and I would pull it on up, Ace. But listen, you usually do all the controls, and I don't want to shut nothing down. But listen, it looks like the Walmart logo, but like somebody diced it up, bro. It's like a diced up Walmart logo with an extra line. I can see why they might say, you know, listen, bro, you kind of cutting in on what we got going on here, bro.
And you know, Walmart got the bread to do it. So, and then I know Kanye got long money, but he may just have to redesign something else, bro.
Here's what's funny, Brittany Rowe. That is a good point. This is where I was going because this is exactly why. She said, yeah, but who pays attention to the Walmart logo? We just into the shop. And what Walmart is basically saying, here's where I can understand Walmart's gripe. So Walmart is the biggest retailer for clothing, right, in the world. Kanye West, for Yeezys, while that's his shoe brand, Kanye West also has clothing. And so here lately, for example, Walmart, where you go to get all your graphic tees, they got them for $10, $11, $12 on the low. Now Kanye, for example, just recently came out with his DMX shirt that cost, $150, $300 for a DMX shirt. And I'm pretty sure you can find something similar with Biggie on it at Walmart. So Walmart's probably looking at him like, listen, man, somebody might just think that you with us, that we with you. I can see why they want to just disassociate themselves from that, though, just because their price points are so different that they might just feel like, listen, man, you kind of cutting in on our folks who don't break bread like that, man.
I just looked at the logo.
What you think?
Go ahead, Mark.
No. I mean,
it's definitely similar, but to Miss Brittany's point, I would never have. I didn't know that was their logo. I've been in the store 900,000 times. I never knew that was their logo. I thought their logo was a W.
I thought it was that little W. It's that little orange sunburst thing, ain't it?
It's the sunburst.
Yeah, but I never knew right.
Yeah, it's the sunburst.
I mean, if Kanye I gotta see it in order to say whether I think or not he, it looks that much closely, because all it's got to do is be, I think, off by 15% in order for it to fly.
it's off by more than 15%, right? I just think that I don't think that Kanye said, you know what? Let me just remix this Walmart logo real fast, right? I don't think he intentionally did it.
I don't know. He's done stranger things, bro. I don't know, man. That's the controversy king right there. Kanye has done some really weird stuff, bro. I would not doubt it if he tried to just pull that off just to see if he could.
Hey, you know what though, man? You might be on to something. But Walmart, listen, at Walmart, if they've been, you can tell that if you've been in Walmart, Walmart seems to have made a conscious effort to step up their clothing. And so now you can go in Walmart and it's not too different from going into TJ Maxx or Marshalls. Like it ain't where, you know, you ain't gonna just go to Walmart and only get Levi's, like not even the Lee that you Walmart used just where you got Lees. You ain't even get the Levi's. So I think that they stepped their stuff up though, bro.
Selling them Bruce. Bruce Lee. Yeah, no,
hey,
you're right.
So listen, so I wanted to get y'all thoughts on that. Well, let me ask you this one as well. So since I think that I would love to know what you thought. Did you see the interview with what is my guy, Dr. Umar, right? So Dr. Umar was on Breakfast Club. I don't know if he's actually a doctor, by the way. Umar is Umar Johnson, right? But he's on there and has a pretty long, lengthy interview. But one of the points that he brought up was when it came to interracial relationships, specifically marriages, right? So he says that he is completely against interracial marriages, right? And let me. I'm gonna just before I dive into it, just at right then and there, right? Thoughts. Listen, let me just say something. Let me just say something real quick before I jump in there. To my boy Ryan, if I knew that talking about interracial relationships would bring you out, I would talk about it every single time. By the way,
Mop's on there.
He just jumped in the comments. Shout out to my boy PBR. If I would have knew that talking about interracial relationships would brought you out here, bro, I would have had to listen. I would have talked about it a long time ago. But I think that to me, when I listen to his interview, it sounds more like he is talking specifically about white people. And he doesn't say it, but I've always, it just seemed implied that he's referring to white people. Am I tripping?
No. He did specifically say what he was talking about. He said, what you don't see, he said, you typically do not see a wealthy white woman marrying a lower income black dude.
Okay.
Look, you typically don't see sisters marrying a lower income black dude nowadays because there's a set of standards that everybody should adhere to. And let's be honest, I don't care if you're lower educated black or lower status black, white, or whatever. You're not going to attract someone who is working or building some kind of brand, empire, business, because you're not going to have that same type of, that's not a color thing. It really isn't. And hold on, one thing. Let me shout out Armstrong Auto Sales, the stronger way to buy cars, and Armstrong Auto Glass, because he's doing his thing. Let's
all the businesses.
Let me hit back. So this is the thing. I don't know where he gets his numbers from. Like, how does he quantify his statements? Has he done some type of survey? Has he hired people to do some type of research? Because really, man, it's fuzzy math. How would he know what rich white women marry lower class or lower level black men? Where did he get that information from?
Bro, let's keep it a buck. You already know Dr. Umar Johnson says stuff for the shock value, and the controversy keeps him in the news, because we wasn't talking about Dr. Umar Johnson 2 weeks ago or even a month ago. You know what I'm saying? And he always gets on the Breakfast Club and has something shock worthy to say in order to get us to talking about it. Now he's on the podcast. So for me, the thing is that it really doesn't matter that he feels that way. He's allowed to feel that way. Anybody's allowed to feel the way that they want to feel. But I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't bother me because at the end of the day, yo, be with who you want to be with. That's my thing.
Time out. Let me ask you something though, Ace. Let me ask you this.
All right.
I know that it's the person, and I know that you said that that's what he typically does for shock value, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But is he lying though? Let's talk about that. Let's play devil's advocate on this, right? Because here's the thing.
I don't think it's a matter of lying or not. You can't debate somebody's opinion. That's his opinion. You can only debate facts. That's why I was trying to figure out.
Let's figure out. Let's just say this. Let's say this though. Here's where it's going. So he's basically saying, like, okay, you don't see a rich white woman marrying a rich white woman. You don't not that she comes from money, but a rich white woman marrying a poor black guy. I don't know that you necessarily see a rich black guy marrying a poor white girl, right? A white woman.
I think it goes back to exactly what D said. It's. I think people marry the people that's like-minded like them. Period. Regardless of color. Right. I don't think it has anything to do with color.
The first thing you're taught in a marriage when you go to counseling is to be equally yoked.
That's right.
And again, here's the thing, Charlie. Again, everyone is entitled to their opinion. You cannot debate an opinion. It doesn't really matter what this guy thinks, because here's the thing: how many rich white women do you know? I don't know any rich white women. I don't know any rich black women. So again, where are the numbers coming from where he's saying he acts like he moves in every social circle, which is impossible to do? I think it's absolutely ridiculous for this dude to say that he doesn't support interracial. Who cares what he supports? I don't get it.
Well, let's say aside from his opinion, right? I think that what he's basically saying, at the crux of what he's saying, is that, hey, if you are for empowering black families and the black community, that you go outside of that thought by you marrying outside of your race, right? So like in the same way that you very rarely see someone Jewish marrying someone who's a non-Jew, and you very rarely see Asians marry non-Asians, right? I think that what he's saying is that if other races typically do that, then I can understand why he would feel that as someone who's not necessarily a black supremacist necessarily, but if he's all pro building the black community, and by him saying that, he's feeling like a black man, strong black man, like to say strong black woman, like that, if that should be the foundation of the black community, then I can kind of understand why he would say, well, yeah, then marrying someone who is of another race goes against how he would feel the foundation of the black family is.
Right. I get that. Right. But here's the thing. You ain't black. Umar ain't black. I ain't black. Every one of us got a twinge of something in us. So let's start there. All right. Because Mastodon snuck in every one of the quarters with or without permission. That's how, hold on.
Just to clarify, my family is Indian. We got Indian in our blood.
Okay. All of us do. But what I'm saying to you, at some point, there's all of us have something in us. And when you start talking about you don't really see Jewish women or Jewish, you don't know a bunch of Jews. I know a few Jews, but I don't know what they do outside of what I'm doing. You know, I don't know what the Asian community does because I don't hang with them. We all have our little things that go on. For all he knows, that same rich white woman might be messing around with a broke black dude because she's attracted to him and trying to lift him up. At the end of it, like Ahmad said, he says things for shock value, and the people who feed into his narrative are the same. They're like the Black Fox viewers. The people that follow him are like Fox. They follow Fox. They follow, Trump and all that. It's the same mindset to keep the pot stoked. But here's the thing: you see, Charlie, you live in Snellville. You can't tell me that you haven't noticed, like if you go to the Wal-Mart in Loganville. I remember when I first moved here 20 years ago, there were Confederate flags everywhere. Now them same Confederate flag carrying cats got little brown babies because their granddaughters didn't think the same way they thought. They went and messed around with a black dude. So now that same white girl who grew up with a Confederate flag waving parent, Now there's an interracial baby, and then guess what? That Confederate flag wearing parent, he's proud to hold that little boy or that little girl's hand. I see it. The world's changing, and it ain't gonna change by us being separate. It won't.
Let me bring in the home. Wait a minute. Let me bring in the homie Long Branch. Mark knows everybody because this is interesting, right? Because see, here's the thing about it. I think that for me,
what's going on, dog?
Where this is one of the things that we always go back to, right? So periodically when it comes to race, right? Ace and I will always bring up the fact that in Killeen, when we were growing up, race was never an issue. We from a military city, military town. All the schools are pretty diverse. There wasn't a white side of town. There wasn't a black side of town. There wasn't a black Wal-Mart like in Snellville, the white Wal-Mart like there is in Snellville, right? So for us, right? I don't think that I've experienced any racial kind of issue or tension until I was grown in Atlanta. But growing up, right? That wasn't an issue though, right? So I think that for me, when I hear someone say, "Oh yeah, you know, I'm against interracial relationship," well, from where we grew up, it's a regular thing to see Asians dating Mexicans, Mexicans dating black dudes, Asians dating black dudes. I think you'd be hard pressed to find somebody who graduated the years that we graduated from, let's say 97 to even 2005, that isn't friends with someone who is Asian and black. One of my best friends, Asian and black. One of my best friends from back in the K is Asian and white. So it was truly a melting pot that kind of shielded us from these kind of interracial kind of things. But I think that the part that you mentioned though about the older white people who you would have seen that with the Confederate flag, it's kind of similar out here where, you know, when prior to Trump running, there was a guy who lived down the road from me that had his Confederate flag out. And then, of course, when Trump ran, he took his Confederate flag down and replaced it with a Trump flag. And to me, he meant all the same. Meant all the same. But I think that the part that I am tripped out on is that I personally don't believe that it's that older generation. Not that you are older than everybody on here, right? But I think it's your. I'm not gonna say yours is the point, but just before your generation is where I think that there are this belief still that you should date your own race. That the whole if she can't use my comb, don't bring her home. That to me is 55 to 60, right? I think that's how those people were raised. And I think that to some degree, they pass that kind of stuff on. And so I think that when you start to see people dealing with race now, those are the people who I think even the black people who have an issue that now you had, to your point, that white guy who had Confederate flag now has his brown baby, right? Like black people had that issue as well, though, man. So I think that it is a change of guard, right?
You see credence in what he's saying? You see validity in his comment? Or?
I'm saying that I don't agree with his comment, but I understand where he's coming from with his comment. Though. It's not my reality. It's not my reality, nor has it been my reality my entire life. But I totally understand where he's coming from with that. If you're from the belief that no, I think that for the black community, it's healthy for the black community to see a black man and a black woman together, right? I understand that. For me personally, I'm of the belief of you got one life to live and be who makes you happy, right? Regardless of their color. But at the same time, I do understand though when someone says nah, I personally, to my eye, it brightens my eyes to see two black people together. I understand it.
I have no problem with that, but I think for me, I just think it's important for kids to see a happy, healthy relationship, regardless of the color. True. That's where I'm at. But look, right. Fellas, I gotta jump off here because it's gonna get real loud. So let me jump off here now.
Do you think, Mark? I want to know what you think about that.
I mean, I totally agree with you. We basically grew up the same. I mean, but I will say that in my days have you ever been stationed in Germany?
No, but listen, From what I know, my wife pretty much grew up in Germany, so I was kind
Okay,
of
I think
familiar.
I remember you saying that. Well,
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Germany, race is it's living out there. It's living out there. We had where I grew up at in Nuremberg. We were separated by a barbed wire fence. Americans from Germans, and we had many wars of German kids versus the American kids, and military kids versus the civilian American kids. We had many of them, but we were together as far as black, white, Asian military, black, white, Asian, uh, civilian that lived in Germany. It pretty much was the U.S. Post versus the Germans versus the civilian Americans.
Right.
But I'm of the same thing as you. If you find love, take it. But I don't know. I guess I got this small thing in the back of my head that I prefer my boys to bring a black woman home, a Hispanic woman home. But
That
if
that
they
is where I'm
find it
looking
in
at.
if they find Caucasian love, have a ball. Just make sure that their parents are with it too.
So this is interesting, right? Because so Damien, one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on because you are the parent of kids who are multiracial, right? For different ethnicities,
Yeah,
right? And so
right.
I'm kind of curious because even Mark looks black. I told you, we had a good laugh. Mark looks black, but Mark's Panamanian, right? And so I think the big thing is that being. Let me ask you before I say that, Mark. I've never heard you just identify as a Latino. What's up with that, by the way?
I identify with wherever I get it at. That's what I identify with.
But he's black though. But he
He's
is
When
black,
black.
I
Latinos
but
are
I
when
black.
I
but I've
apply
never.
when I apply for financial grants, I'm whatever gets the money. When I apply for college, I applied for the Latino grants and the Negro grants. Wherever it's
I,
at, that's what I apply for.
but here's what's funny though, Mark. So, but even with that said, right? Like I don't know how it is outside of how it is outside of Colleen because it's like any like you, right? Like you said, I don't know. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but you being Panamanian, have you ever dated someone who isn't black?
Yes, I've dated Dominican, Panamanian, Puerto Rican, Brazilian. I've I've never dabbled in the Caucasian. I've only did it because people talk so much, but I didn't enjoy it, so I got out of it in probably a week. It
D
just wasn't for me.
D, I'm assuming you done it all, done it all. Talk to me.
It's interesting to hear you talking about Colleen because Boston is like Colleen as far as the melting pot aspect. Like everybody dates everybody. So I've dated Japanese women, white women, Latino women, African women. I've dated across the spectrum, and I think I honestly didn't see a difference as far as temperament, but strong women, black women are just strong women. They're built that way. And I don't think that it means you're weak if you can't date a black woman. I think it means that you got to come with your A game. And if you're black women are born into the world at a disadvantage as far as respect, protection, what people are willing to offer them. It's just the truth. Black women are born with a disadvantage in this country. I won't say the world because I haven't been everywhere, but in the United States, black women are looked upon and treated poorly. And unfortunately, most of the time it's by black men. So you're gonna deal with a strong personality. If a woman is accustomed to you playing games, the next cat can't run game on her. And that's what pushes a lot of black men away from women is black women is because black women are strong, they're independent, and they're built for that. That's what it is. Black women are just dope. Period. That's the bottom
Here's a
line, accept it or not. But in Boston,
In Boston, the only difference with Colleen is Boston is, I told you this before, is Boston is still, at my 50 years, the most racist place I've ever been in my life.
And
ever.
you're from Boston. You're born and raised in the Bean.
31 years. The racism here is laughable compared to the racism in Boston. It don't even bother me.
Where have you been?
I've been everywhere. I've been out of the country.
Okay.
I've been to Philly. I've been to Cali. I've been to Florida. I've been to Ohio. I've been to China. I've been to Thailand. I've been to Italy. I've been to Brazil. I've been to DR. I've been all over the place. My kids, by the way, my 4 oldest children, their mother is Dominican. So I've dealt with the culture. You know what I mean? And Latino women, by the way, my dude, are the same way. Very strong, very opinionated. They're go-getters. So if you're looking for someone subservient or docile, don't date those kind of women. That's not who they are.
Let me ask you this. So it's funny you say that. Let me ask you this though, right? Because I think that one of the things that I still think that there is this stigma, especially with black men that date white women in general, that probably Dr. Umar was getting at, but in a roundabout way, right? In that I think that even still amongst black women, I think that black women see a successful black guy. He doesn't got to be rich, but I think that they see a successful black guy who's about his biz, and they see him with a white woman. And I still think that there's a little bit of that. You just couldn't handle being with the black woman, right? Or that you went there because they could.
It's a lot of it, man. It's not a little bit. It's a lot.
Isn't that that's so toxic? So I know I'm not tripping.
Especially where I'm at. Fort Worth, yes. Dallas. These chicks hate to see a black man walking around.
I know. Listen, and so my thing is
they can't stand it.
You see, so I think that that's where I look at it. And with black women, you said black women are strong. So because black women also believe black women are strong, they see a black man who's with a white woman, or maybe even an Asian woman for that perspective, and they look at like, you couldn't handle the strong.
But let me clarify something. Let me clarify something. Me saying that black women are strong is in no way, shape, or form an indication that white women are weak. That's not what I mean. I get that. What I mean is that black women and white women have a completely different outlook on the realities of what life is. That's what it is. I have black daughters. I have black sisters. I have black aunts and uncles. I mean, aunts and cousins. And they've been through things that my white women I know, when I tell them, they're like, really? That happened? So it's undeniable that it's two different worlds. And it's undeniable that black women, look, you can liken black women to a gazelle. They are born and they gotta stand up and hit the ground running, bro. And no other race of women has to deal with that.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. As a black man, right? And Mark, I'd love to get your thoughts on this as well, because you say you see it from the black women about black men who date white women. Do you feel that way, or do you see the same from black men where you see a black woman who's dating a white guy or married to a black guy?
I don't know what to say about it. I have my times when I feel like, I mean, you know the guys that you talked about a couple of weeks ago that picked up that fashion thing from over there across the water. Yeah. I feel like them feminine dudes are the ones that can't handle it, man. That's my point of view. But I also grew up out in Washington State. All my cousins, which are black Panamanians, it's a thing up there that all the black men date and marry white women, and all the white women they marry black men. And the Cambodians, they go any which way that they're chosen. All my cousins, I've never seen any of my cousins with a black woman. Any of them.
So the black men that feel some kind of way about seeing a black woman with a white man are typically gonna have a man purse with them.
I just feel like them as the softies that gotta go the other way, that can't deal with the attitude of the black woman.
Nah, that ain't what he's saying, CV.
Let me ask you this. Here's what I'm wondering. So let me ask you this, though. So I can't lie. And listen, and this is saying that. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I told you that I have my favorite people in the world list, and there's probably about 15 people, right? On this list is one of my best friends, Chad. Chad is one of the few people who's ever asked me to be on papers to take care of his kids if something happened to him, right? And Chad actually is married to a black woman. His brothers are married to black women, and I've always knew that they would. It was never that. I'd be more surprised if they weren't, right? But Chad's wife is black, right? She's black. She's what, when you see black woman, she is this. And I gotta be honest, I love Chad to death, but I think that if it came down to a fist-to-fist fight, I probably would pick her over him. I think she'd whip his ass, bro. With that said, though, right? With that being said, do you sometimes see though a black woman a black woman with a white guy and kind of think he ain't hitting that thing right, bro? He don't know what to do with that, bro.
Look,
he ain't.
Yeah.
I don't see it like that.
Not that I say that about my dude Chad, but I'm saying but you just see in general, you see a fine black woman, she's with a white guy, and he could be a handsome guy. He could be a good.
Everybody said it before, man. Everybody said it before.
You look at you like he ain't hitting that right. He don't know.
Well, here's the thing. Everything is aesthetics. Everything is aesthetics. If the black chick is ugly, nobody cares. You know what I mean? Nobody will say anything.
You can keep up.
Right. And let me make this point. I think maybe 2 years ago, you didn't see the like black women right now. Those sisters will say, "Oh, that dude's with he's with this white chick," or the sister's with this white dude. But if it's Travis Kelce, it's completely different now. You know what I mean? I saw like they were going off about. I'm like, who are they talking about? Oh, Travis Kelce. His black girl gave him some flavor. I'm like, you talking about the white cat that plays football for KC? Yeah,
Travis Kelce looks like a light-skinned black dude.
It's all aesthetics. It's all aesthetics. It's always going to be that. If the person is good looking, they're going to let it go. If the person is ugly, they ain't going to care.
Listen,
I'm gonna say this because my wife's not here right now, but my wife is that way. My wife is that way. When she sees the soul in that white man, she'll do it.
Listen. Like but here's what I'm saying though, right? Like when I saw Eve and I saw that she's married to the white guy, I'm thinking like this Rough Rider Eve, man, like he ain't hitting there. He ain't. What he doing? What he know, right? And this dude could be the best she's ever had in every kind of way. But part of me, a good part of me just looks at that and be like, come on now. But at the same
it's
time,
not about that. It's about
I see Travis
security
Kelce as a light-skinned black dude, bro. He's like light white.
But he's not. He's not. And no matter how you try to make it be that, he's not.
Same thing with Janet Jackson. Same with Janet Jackson,
bro.
Man.
I looked at her and I'm like, come on, bro. Like, this is my thing. Like when I saw Rihanna, when she was dating some billionaire dude, he wasn't even white. The one that I saw, she was some other dude. I'm thinking like, come on now, he ain't. Seriously.
But you understand what that is, though. That's not like. Here's the thing: we ignore what we want to ignore. Women come to us and they say, "Look, we want security. Security is a billionaire." That was a power move for Eve. And eventually, if you're around somebody enough, you will start to care about them. You'll start to love them. And the dude that's taking care of you, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So
here's the thing.
Because I didn't think Eve would last this long. I immediately said, "Oh, they're not gonna last."
I agree.
All Ashanti did was post a picture with the white dude standing there. This dude could have been her business partner. You never know. This dude could be her manager. But people's like, "What the hell is she doing with this dude, bro?" And it was immediately, bro. And she got that from everybody.
But
right? So
again, what does anybody like at the end of this? What does the Dr. What does he care? What do I care? Ms., what do you care? Charlie, what do you care? Because at the end of this, right? When all of this is said and done, every one of us walks around like, oh, love is the most powerful thing and blah, 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 blah. So now at my experience, with my experience in life, if I see a black woman with a white man, I don't care. It doesn't make any bit of difference to me. It doesn't make any bit of difference to me. Same way the other way around. If I see a white woman with a black man with a white woman, none of that matters to me, dog. I'm not that invested in someone else's situation that I'm gonna bite my nails and think about it. The bottom line is, are you happy with your wife? My dude, are you happy with your wife? If not, then go get you a white woman.
Listen, I know for sure. This is the problem that I think that and I could be wrong, but I think that most of the black women who I have heard who have had their issue with black men that date other women, it isn't so much that that if that's your preference, that's one thing. I think that some women feel like some kind of way that you mean to tell me that as a black man that you prefer someone who doesn't look like me, a black woman. That's one thing, right? But I think the other part to it is that their issue isn't that they date. I think that a lot of times it's that black women feel like black men who date white women seems to talk down black women to talk up white women. Right. So they might say, oh, you know what? I don't have that. She don't give me the attitude the black woman give you. I don't have to deal with all this extra stuff that comes with it. And so you talking down black women to talk up white women. And that's where I think that most black women.
That's never cool. Yeah. Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, that's never cool in my opinion. If you're gonna have those conversations should be private. You know, I don't think you should be going on Instagram talking about or whatever, bashing any race of women, white, black, or whatever. But I understand where it comes from. I understand where the angst comes from. If you're going dog sisters, you better expect it's gonna be a fight.
I never understood how if for a guy, if that's to your eye, because think about this though, right? Physically, and what attracts your eye, like you that you like what you like, right? So if you just like Brazilian women, and you say no, that's what's attracted to my eye. I get that, right? So I don't think that you can be like, well, you know what? I'm gonna have to pass up these bad Brazilians just to get me a black woman that I don't particularly like, just because it satisfies my people. Right. It's like, nah, you date who you want to date. But I think that the problem that I think that most people have anyway is that, I see it. Oh, listen, I see it on TikTok. I didn't think that I would see this, but I see that there are periodically where I see a white girl who says she only dates black guys. And then, of course, there are white guys who's like, good riddance. We don't want you back on over here. But it's because they felt like that this particular white woman was talking down white guys to talk up black men. And they're like, listen, you can be with black guys, but you ain't got to talk us down to talk them up to your preference, basically.
No doubt. That's a good point. That's a great point.
Hey, listen, let me ask you this. Speaking of relationships, your boy Steve Harvey, and I say your boy Steve Harvey because it's interesting because a video came up, resurfaced, an old interview where he was basically saying something to the effect that that he doesn't have any single female friends, and he may have said any at all, but he said as a married guy, he doesn't have any reason to just have female friends. But even more than that, the person who he was speaking to, they were like, listen, why not? And he said, listen, I basically guarantee you, if you're a single woman, you're attractive, and you got single male friends, all of them would hit the cakes, provided a specific scenario happened. There is on a regular basis, everyday basis, you might have someone who's just your friends. But he's saying, listen, there is a scenario that your single male friends, as a female specifically, that your male friends would hit them cakes if that scenario presented itself. And for that reason, that's why he doesn't have a lot of female friends. Is he on to something on this, or is this a bunch of smoke?
But that's a dumb analogy. He's talking about two single people. If he's talking about single men and single women, why is he applying it and making it applicable to him being married? Okay, so if I'm single and she's single and a scenario arises and we mess around, who are we hurting if we're both single? You know what I mean?
He's saying though, you might think that you're just friends with someone, just friends. You might feel that this person has no feelings for you whatsoever. But if a certain scenario presented itself, that boy would be on them cakes like a fat kid.
So let me say this.
I mean, over time, you could grow fond of that person. It happens. You grow fond of that person, being around them for so long, seeing them, knowing the ins and outs of them, what's happened to them in and out of relationships and all that stuff, feeling bad. They come to you about everything. Because I could tell by that smile on the face that you've had a female friend that over time it went this way and y'all said, well, let's try it out. That grin you got, Chuck, is telling on you right now.
What I think is interesting is that I'm inclined to agree with him to an extent. And here's the reason why. Because for starters, right? So let's say Diaz, the only single guy that's on this live right now, right? So you might have a female friend, right? And you guys are just platonic.
Mm-hmm.
But if certain situations hit itself, let's just say hypothetically, you were going through a drought. Many of you had been a hot minute. And this particular female friend,
he might not live by that code, man. He might be one of them guys. It's a code.
I'm asking, but this is what I'm asking. This is what I'm asking.
Because yes, I would. If I didn't live by that code, yes, I would. I damn sure. Before I crossed over to the code, I've done it. I've done it a couple times.
Go ahead.
And no, we're not friends no more. We're not friends no more.
Go ahead, CB.
But I think that I'm saying that from if you're married, right, and you have, so this is my thing, right? So I think about this because while I'm married, I don't have a boatload of single female friends. I got a bunch of people who I'm good with, right? A bunch of females who I've known for a long time that would never go there. But these are people who I've known lifetimes, right? But I think that what he's saying is that in general terms, though, right? I'm not gonna say the average guy, right? But he said there is a scenario. So the scenario could be, well, what if you wasn't married and that was just your friend, right? If in a time where you was just going through a drought and you wasn't married, and this female friend of yours said, "Hey, you know what? What's happening? Like, does that make a difference?" And then to his point, that is a scenario that now is a term that he would knock them cakes down.
Okay, let me say this. You remember when we did Simri's birthday party in Snellville at Catch Air or whatever that place was?
Yes.
So you remember the young lady that was there that I told you I was cool with? She was married to the basketball player dude.
Yes. Very
attractive, like crazy body. I'm still cool with her. I'm not with my wife is now my ex-wife, and her husband is now her ex-husband. We still kick it, and we've never crossed any lines. I've been around her when she sipped on wine, funny, cracking up. If you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it. I don't think most of us live on. Charlie, I'm the type of person that I'm trying to create an opportunity if I want an opportunity to happen. I'm not just gonna let it it's not going to happen organically for me. I'm not lucky like that. I got to do it. And my thing is, I told you this the other day. Anything that a serial cheater says, I don't listen to it. Steve Harvey can't tell me what time it is. And women are doing the same thing. What's the other clown that just got caught up? What's the other dude that just got caught up? Yeah. Like any woman that is listening to what Steve Harvey says and knowing his history, you deserve what you get from that. The dude is a serial cheater. I don't like anything he says. I brush it off. I just brush it off.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Since you brought this on up, you single now, ladies. Your female your female friend who was married, she is now single, and she said Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson always seemed to get caught up. By the way, he's like the worst cheater ever. But listen, I got a stereo for you there, D. And like y'all might say from Boston, keep it a bean. Let's say you go to her crib because you basically going because y'all are catching up for lunch, right? You answer the door. She isn't quite dressed yet. She isn't good. She's almost getting ready. I seen this girl who you're talking about.
Right.
She opens the door. Do you say put the boobs away?
Absolutely. Absolutely. With my experience in my life right now, listen, here's the thing. This is the mistake we make. This is the mistake we make as men. If you know somebody for 2 years and you know how they are in a relationship, how they move, how they get down and all of that, and you see that the things that they're doing aren't conducive to the way you would want them to be, why would you venture off into that? You're not going to change her. I'm good. Put the boobs away. Hold on. Yeah, now put them away. You stupid. You stupid. That's a lot, dog.
Okay. Mark, I'm going to ask you the same thing.
Don't do it, Chuck. Don't do it, Chuck.
Did she come home?
No, she ain't here. She ain't here.
Listen, man, but to that point though, D, I think that he is. I don't get me wrong. I think that it's incredible that people find validity in what he's saying at times. I think that this one, I know where he's going because I think that what he's saying is that you would be surprised on what someone who you think is just your friend would do, provided you put them in that situation, that they would say, you know what? Especially if you fine as frog hair, right? You out here, you fine, and you put down. Your girl comes to the door, and she may feel comfortable with you. She's just your friend, but you've never, had any indication. Well, let's just say hypothetically, if you did get the indication from her before, right? It was subtle, but now she's aggressive, right? She is putting it out there. I don't think most guys, if you're single, is gonna say, "Hey, man, put them boobs up and let's go ahead and grab these wings."
I agree, but that's if you're just meeting her. I've known her for years. She pull them boobs out now. It's like, like, what are you doing? And then let's be real here. Let me close with this. Steve Harvey ain't fine. He has money. So the majority of he's gonna have that situation where women are around him just because they're trying to get the bread.
Boom. Now, Charles, I'll say I've been in a situation and known the chick for a while and been around with the boobs out or the cakes out or the bra and panties and moved around without trying to do anything. But like I said, time passed and now you start shooting shots here and there. I block a couple, but now you're dunking on me, and now I gotta show you that I still got it. Curry. Yeah. So things happen, but you never stay friends long after that. It never happened.
I don't know how you go back to just being like it never happened, bro.
It never happened.
I don't know, man. But like I said, I don't think that he is just talking crazy on this one, right? But like I said, the messenger criticized the messenger. But I think that his message that he's given is that I think that if you, especially single, and listen,
I'm with Damon on this one, man.
You might.
He thinks because he has a couple books and a radio show that he can always tell us everything to do, man. You want relationship advice? Follow me, man.
Hey!
Salute.
Hey! Some of the best advice you'll find on Facebook, by the way. Hey, listen though, man. I think that the interesting thing though, bro, is that the messenger is where I think it is, because you think about that, right? He says he don't have female friends. Like, when did you start taking heed to this advice? Is it before? Because you're with your current wife, because apparently she was like the mistress of your previous wife. So did you have that thought process then, or is that something that you recently adopted? Right, I don't know that it's still the advice still is sound to me as something that I think you would take heed. But when did you start applying this? Is what I think the issue is.
Man, I think Steve Harvey still hangs with Piggy, Levita. Who else was in this TV show back in the day? What's Piggy's name on Steve Harvey's show?
I think I just remember her as Piggy, but
I bet you hangs with Levita, all them people, Cedric the Entertainer, homegirls. I bet those are all female friends. They all count. He got to stop being so technical all the time. He does this same thing on Strawberry Letter. What's the other thing he does before Strawberry Letter? He does the same thing.
I haven't. You know what's funny to me though, man, is that I used to. So I did listen to Steve Harvey when I was driving in. I haven't listened to it in a long time though, man. And I do remember the Strawberry Letters where I thought that it was I don't know, man. I don't know.
Garbage. Go ahead. I'll say it for you. Garbage.
I laugh at just about all of them. But my thing is that these people really call. I mean, they write in to really get his advice on how to move the next move. Okay. It's crazy.
I don't know. Let me ask you this. We're gonna get here on this last one. So I think that did y'all see that there was a red table discussion that's supposed? And you know what? I'm gonna save that one. I'm gonna save that one because I think my boy Ace. I want him to be on for that one. But listen, versus coming on now. The next one coming on up is SWV versus Xscape. Listen, I'm thinking that this is probably going to be the biggest washing of all of them. Am I tripping? Tell me I'm missing some. What do you expect to see on this one, though, man?
Another celebration and no points.
No points, just all celebration.
All celebration, man. Can't nobody pick against these two. Just like E42.
Hang on. Let me. I got the research department to run the stats. Let me see something like that.
They about even, Damon. I can't call it
a wash, right? It's gonna be a wash because I think that as much as everybody loves the nostalgia of Xscape, if they're not including the songs that Candy Burst and Tiny wrote for other people, if they're talking about just Xscape, I don't think that they have enough songs, bro. Now they've done some backup. We had the research department go through and do the research. They basically said that no, Xscape is featured on the background vocals of some big Mariah Carey hits. But let's just say we're talking about just Xscape songs. You got Feel So Good. Who Can I Run To? The Arms of the One Who Love You. Just Kicking It. Understanding. Do You Want To? Can't Hang feature MC Light. Keep On, Keeping On. Am I Dreaming? We Keep Sweat, Old School. My Little Secret, but that's where it stops. It's a short list. I couldn't believe that their list was so short. Am I missing some songs? And did I name something here that I missed something?
Those were all the radio songs. That's why.
Those are all the radio songs, right? Now,
I only knew 3 of them.
I only knew 3 of them, huh?
I only knew 3 of them.
I knew all of them, and I was wondering why it took so long to get your My Little Secret.
Listen,
Oh damn.
I think that the thing. Let me ask you this though. What's your favorite Xscape song?
Just kicking.
Just kicking it. See, what about you? Because you don't even like This Is How We Do It. So tell me your favorite Xscape song.
I don't have one.
I don't like it
And
either
I
unless
hate
I'm
This
at a
Is How
party,
We
bro.
Do It.
Oh my gosh! Wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Unless I'm at a party, I don't like it.
Why did you even bring it up?
What is up with this? This is how we do a slander. Listen, it doesn't matter where we at, right? If he hears the song, I think he's about to walk out. If we slamming some wings down, and
I will walk out, or I will sit down, or I will sit down. It's another song I'm like that with. A bunch of Young Thug songs. It's a few songs. It's a few songs that I'll embarrass everybody that I'm with.
Oh my God! I've always assumed that everybody universally loved This Is How We Do It.
Yo.
Until I heard Damien tells me that he hates it, bro.
Nah,
listen,
unless I'm at a party, I can't do it.
I hate that song. Bro. I hate him right now for bringing it up.
I'm gonna tell you, Damon. I'm gonna tell you another one I can't stand that everybody likes. Return of the Mac. I hate that.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
I hate that song.
Yo,
Can't
And
stand
in
it.
the mortal words of Charles Barkley.
And when I did you wrong.
Yo, in the immortal words of Charles Barkley, that's terrible. That song just
Terrible.
Terrible.
I could understand you saying it about Return. Although I personally like Return of the Mac, I can understand why. But I don't know. And listen, my girl Brittany said, "What about Candy by Cameo?" I cannot say that about that because listen, if you see an old dude who has a motorcycle that has a radio, he is playing Candy on it though, bro. They've been keeping that song alive. Listen, man.
See it when you walk.
On the flip side, SWV has "I'm So Into You" right here. Weak in the Knees right here with Human Nature. Anything, Downtown. You're always on my mind. You're the one for me. Use Your Heart. It's All About You. All Night Long. Rain. Someone. Can We? Listen, man. They just got, I think they got way too many songs. All of these songs aren't like number one.
Xscape only got 3 albums. Xscape only got 3 albums.
SWV only has 3 albums that matter.
Hey, I've never made it all the way through an Xscape album.
Oh God. Oh my God. What's your favorite SWV song?
My favorite SWV song, I don't even think is on the radio. But it's on the album with Rain on it. I think it was like the last song.
My favorite SWV song probably is probably "I'm So Into You" or "Use Your Heart." No, not "Use Your Heart." You're the one.
Mine was "Lose Myself." That's what it is.
Ooh, Brittany Rowe, you might be onto something. Tony Braxton versus Mary J. Blige would be fire, bro.
Nah.
That would be, listen. Okay, this is where, hit me where I'm going. How many other singers besides Beyonce has the catalog that can go toe-to-toe with Mary J. or Tony Braxton?
Mariah Carey.
Oh, yeah, goddamn. I keep forgetting about her. Dang. Who else, D? Who? But Tony Braxton.
I think Mariah Carey is better for Tony Braxton.
Oh, you might be onto something on that one, though, man.
Yo, all right. So I'm about to say something that's gonna make you feel funny. In my opinion, Tony Braxton is overrated and
Oh
always
my
has
God.
been. Overrated.
Wait a minute.
What song did she come after Unbreak My Heart? What song did she put out that hit the charts like that?
Let me tell you.
I'll wait.
She said,
You want me to leave it come back?
I'm gonna do it. Now, mind you, I'm not the best singer. I've been on record. She said, why you gotta lie to me? Just be a man.
Just be a man about it.
Just be a man about it, bro. Listen, you go back to I love should have brought you, bro.
No, that was before. That was before.
You're making me high.
You're making me.
Tony
Braxton has some bangers, bro.
He wasn't man enough. He wasn't man enough for me.
She was a low budget Anita Baker. She was a low budget Anita Baker, dog.
She has I love me some him.
She was a finer
None of
Anita
those
Baker.
songs were hits for me, though. None of them were hits for me. Keep in mind, I said it's my opinion. It's
Play
just
the
my
whole
opinion.
Boomerang soundtrack. Play the whole Boomerang soundtrack, and you good.
Listen to what I said. After Unbreak My Heart, which came after the Boomerang soundtrack, there's not a song that moved me to make me feel like she was dope like that. It's just my opinion.
Okay, let me ask you this.
You're too hard, Dan.
I need to know. You need to give me. You need to give me a song. You need to give me a song and an artist that has a song that's better than "Love Should Have Brought You Home Last Night." I need to know.
I don't even think that's a good song. I think it's a great written song.
Bro, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Damon, dog, are you okay listening to R&B in the car by yourself?
Oh my gosh.
You okay listening to R&B in the car by yourself?
Listening to R&B in the car with 4 other dudes is not what you're supposed to be doing. That's a public service announcement. That's a PSA, right? So hear me out, Charlie. I thought the song was excellently written. I thought the content and the lyrics in the song were good, but it just didn't move me like that. It was an emotional tug at your it tugged at your emotions. Love Should Have Brought You Home Last Night. Come on, man. All right. It was a good line.
Love Should Have Brought You Home.
It was a good line.
It's classic.
You gonna make me go to the research department on this one.
Nah, Damon gonna make me call Trey. Since Zero and Trey can't get together, you might have to do ABN too.
Oh my gosh. Listen, man. He wasn't man. Listen, just be a man about. I'm sitting here. I'm just going through the songs. Breathe Again, Spanish Guitar.
Hold on. Breathe Again was a dope song. Breathe Again was a dope song.
Spanish Guitar. You're Making Me High. Another sad love song.
I said that already.
Yeah, wait a minute, bro. You mean the world to me? No. I said, look, Let It Flow. 7 whole days. What we talking about, bro?
No, listen. Don't say Let It Flow was a good song. Now you're just reading titles. That wasn't a good song. You're just reading titles now.
Let It Flow was a top 10 song on Billboard. Not just R&B, but period.
I don't care if it was number 1. It was not a good song to me.
Listen, bro.
You're trying to beat me over the head with Tony Braxton.
How could an angel break my heart, bro? Well, listen, bro. What? Listen, maybe I'm more emotional, D. I admitted that I cried under the. Listen, D. I admitted that I've cried under the bleachers listening to Brandy Broken Hearted, bro. So maybe I connect.
Hold on,
Damon, dog.
You bring up an interesting
smelling like it's some
point.
bitch in here, man.
You could have brought up. Look, it's funny that you bring up Brandy because Brandy was an artist that I was going to bring up to you that is underrated as far as how many hits and how many dope songs that she put out. She has a slew of dope songs.
I agree with you on Brandy. I do agree with you on Brandy, bro. But I just think that Tony Braxton, to me, listen, when you saw, okay, put like this. To me, when you talk about 90s R&B, right? Tony Braxton is in that God tier. There's the top tier, and then there's the God tier. Toni Braxton and Mariah Carey is in God tier level for 90s R&B to me.
Come on,
Listen,
man.
you shut your filthy mouth and don't you ever mention Mariah Carey's greatness.
Say, back in the 90s, Toni Braxton was popping, D. Toni Braxton was popping in the 90s with the shortcut.
I agree.
With the
God
shortcut.
tier. Listen,
With
Mary
the
J.
shortcut,
Listen, God tier R&B singers, Mary J. Blige, Toni Braxton, and Mariah Carey. That's like the God tier. That's the top
D.
female.
Her sisters don't hate it. Her sisters don't hate her for nothing, bro. They don't hate her for nothing, man.
She was too good.
Look, well, hold on. Let me just say this, and maybe you don't want to realize this, but again, don't be leaving out Helen Fala Sade Adu. You talking about God tier and you leave Sade out of it? Bruh, don't do that.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you.
Go ahead and say it. You don't like Sade?
I think Sade's overrated, bro.
You said that. You said that before. I've heard that on here before.
I think that Sade's a little. I think she's great, but she's not God tier, bro.
And it might
Toni Braxton.
It might be the Colleen in me, but I think I agree with her.
Sade is not God tier, bro.
Because I was going.
Damon, I thought you just didn't like ballads, bro. I thought you just didn't like ballads. That's where I was about to go. I think you didn't like ballad singing.
I'm gonna keep it all the way. If we gonna talk about it, D, I don't think that Sade's better than Missy Elliott, bro.
Wow.
I'll go even further with you. If Sade dies, she's not gonna have a big funeral, but they gonna show up.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Facebook gonna go crazy, bro. Facebook gonna go crazy.
Please, the clip. Who's the clip? Listen, man, I like Sade. I do.
Sade gonna get the love only if she does a Ron Isley type thing from the verse. That's how she's gonna get the love, like Pam Grier, bro. Like Pam Grier. They gonna be like, oh my God, she still got it.
Oh my God.
Blasphemy, man.
D, listen, I just think that Sade, everybody always references the one Sade album, bro. The one Sade album.
Which one?
And that's
which one?
It's like the first one that everybody always references. And it's cool, but I'm just sitting here thinking, like, bruh, Sade is not even on the same playing field as Toni Braxton, though, bro.
Dog, that would require Toni Braxton to be on the field. She's not. She's in the bleachers. She's watching. All right? Toni Braxton sitting in the bleachers, waving the flag that says Sade on it.
Toni Braxton, listen, bro, I'm trying to tell you, when it comes to the God tier of female singers from the 90s, R&B, Toni Braxton, you can pick, and you can put them in whoever order. I respect the order. Mary J. Blige, Toni Braxton, Mariah Carey, and then probably in the top tier, if you want to say top tier below that, you can put Sade in there, though, bro. I can see.
Let me say this. Let me just keep it a buck right now. Toni Braxton is more popular than Tamar. Tamar's more popular than her sister is right now.
Today.
Tamar put out songs that people say.
No,
today,
sir.
yeah.
That's all that matters is today. That's
No,
what
sir.
matters. And Tamar's bald and married a fat dude. Tamar,
She's
bald
not
and
married to the fat dude. Toni Braxton is bald now. Toni Braxton got the ball cut now, and she's looking cold, bro. Toni Braxton looks the way Tamar is supposed to look.
Toni Braxton married baby, bro. Toni Braxton married bird.
Let me put the nail in the coffin. Let me put the nail in the coffin. Toni Braxton was doing so bad that she had to marry baby. Dude with tattoos and all kinds of
She was helping baby. She was helping baby, yeah.
She was
helping baby, bro. She was helping baby. She was helping baby, man.
She was helping Birdman. She was helping Birdman, bro.
She had to show him how to.
money.
She had to get him out of debt, man.
Yeah.
Nah, no, she couldn't get him out of
get him out of debt, man.
Yo,
Oh my God.
My last thing. I'm gonna say what 50 Cent said. Tony Braxton ain't worth $2 million with $2 million in her pocket. Let's go. Next topic, dog. Let's stop it.
Nah,
Hey, listen. Let me ask you this, man. It's Friday, bro. We gonna take it home on this. What y'all getting into in the weekend, bro?
I'm watching the rest of this draft.
I gotta catch up on it myself.
And a wedding rehearsal.
Hey, Brittany,
man.
you can't revoke my. Yo,
she said, "Listen,
she's revoking my joint."
Brittany said, Damien for president. Then she said, never mind, he getting impeached already, bro.
How you gonna revoke my presidency?
She said that boy, revert. She said, we don't want him to run. We do not accept this candidacy. He is not leading the convention, the party at all, bro.
So she's switching back up with the bad guy then.
She's switching back, man. She's back with the bad guy. She said the bad guy for president.
Brittany, all I'm simply trying to say, yeah, man. Look, I'll go for next week. This weekend, I'm working on cars, my dude.
Okay.
A couple of paint, couple of cars to put together. Getting ready for this trip, man.
Yeah, I'm happy for you, man, that you're hitting on that. I'm trying to go out to Myrtle Beach myself for the summertime, man. I've been to almost all of the East Coast beaches that are south of Virginia, pretty much though, and have never gone to Myrtle Beach though, man. So I would love to hear how that goes. I'm trying to slide out there probably by like July sometime though, man.
I'll let you know for sure, man.
Yeah, outside of that, I think that for me though, man, I think that it's supposed. I thought that it was gonna rain this weekend though, man, and then the weather shifted a little bit though, man. So we're not. So I think that my weekend just kind of opening on up. So I'm kind of freestyling it though, man. Listen, if you were in Oklahoma, yeah, what's up with you,
Charles? Man, I wanted to shout you and Ace out for getting Mr. Collier to add y'all on the Creative Motion Network the other day with y'all's mic check, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Listen, that just to kind of talk about that real quick. So I think that the one thing that was cool about that mic check was that flow was good. I thought I'm biased because I was the one doing in the interview, but I thought it was a great interview though, man. If you haven't already, be sure to check that on out. It's on Roku now. And then of course we got it on my page, the Slash Brother page, Ace page. It's everywhere at this point though. But listen, my bro Ace is out there in Oklahoma preparing to do a show this evening. Go check. I'm gonna post it in a few minutes on my page as well. But check him on out. Doing a rooftop concert on out there. It's an R&B showcase that is out there in Oklahoma City, though, man. So if you're out there in the city, you're looking for something fly to do, go check my bro on out. Hey, Mark Damon, I appreciate y'all for jumping on with your boy. As always, man, it was an absolute pleasure talking that talk with my bros. On that note, Slash Brothers and my other brothers from another mother. We out. Hold on. Let me get my music queued up. This Ace be the one that be running this music. Hold on. Let me get it. And music going. Slash Brothers Podcast. We out this thing, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for all love. Brittany Rowe for checking in. I saw my girl Andrea checking in as well. Melvin the Super Soldier checking in. I appreciate the love, y'all. We'll be back at it on Tuesday. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and Facebook page. Every episode is loaded immediately to anywhere you stream podcasts, all streaming platforms, all the good stuff. Check your boys them out. Peace.
Y'all be good, man. Mark, stay up.
Man. You too, D. Go turn